Hey everyone, so it's been a while since I've done a video. I'm just trying to get better at tarot and connect more with my intuition, but I need to do that with you guys. So hopefully you will enjoy this video and you will be patient with me as I'm learning. So I pre-shuffled a bunch of decks and I pulled some cards already from certain decks. So the first deck we're going to talk with is the Angel Answers Oracle deck. And on the bottom of the deck, when I flipped it over, I got Peaceful Resolution. So we're asking about the energy coming up this week for us, and maybe you're gonna have a peaceful resolution with someone, or you're gonna have a situation resolve. So that's the overall energy from the bottom of the Angel Answers deck. Now I pulled 3 cards out from the deck. So the first card we have is There's Something Better. So maybe I get the sense that you've been holding on to something or hoping for something. Maybe with this Peaceful Resolution card, maybe there's been a conflict and you've been sort of holding on to it or holding out, but this week it looks like something's going to come to an end, and whether you believe it or not, there is something better for you as a result of this ending. We can clarify that with the cards that we pull from the tarot as well. The next card that we pulled is Abundance. So that's beautiful. So when I think of abundance, I think of, it could be financial, it could be material things, but it could also be an abundance of happiness, health, joy. With this There's Something Better Coming card, you might be getting an abundance of wish fulfillment, or as I said, it looks like there's conflict or something coming to an end, and that might help you feel like you have an abundant life. You have what you wanted. You have an abundance maybe of peace around you. We'll explore that further as we go as well. And the last card, Get More Information. So when you're making decisions this week, make sure you're thorough in the information that you're gathering. You're making informed decisions. That was the last card from the Angel Answers deck. In terms of Get More Information, There's Something Better. Maybe you're weighing out options at this point, and you want to make sure you weigh those options evenly, with all of the information at your disposal to make the right decision. All right, moving on to the Intuitive Whispers Oracle, we have Let Your Ship Set Sail, number 43. Beautiful card. It looks like there might be some choppy waters, and there's a bit of mist or fog, but keep in mind there is a peaceful resolution this week, as we saw. So feel free to go into those waters with confidence, and even though there might be some difficulties, you'll be able to handle them. Now, it was in reverse, so I'll keep that in mind. I'm just gonna look up the meaning of that card. I don't know this deck off by heart. This is a new deck and there's lots of interesting information there. So just please be patient with me. 43 is actually one of the last cards in the deck. Number 43, let your ship set sail. Just like a ship needs a solid frame and someone to steer it to set sail, it also needs the ocean and the wind, which are wild and free and out of its control. So remember, I was saying there could be choppy waters. There could be some things out of your control this week. Sometimes we spend so long building our foundations, our ship, making sure we have all the tools to navigate through the world, that when it comes to setting sail, we do not unleash our sails for fear of the unknown or losing control. Again, choppy waters, the fear that surrounds us with that. This is your call to open your sails and let the wind take you. Release control and let yourself explore the limitless unknown. The unknown simply being the space that exists outside of your known experience. It can be liberating. So take chances this week. Mistakes happen. We're all human, but it will be okay. How to let your ship sail. Point yourself in a nourishing direction, somewhere you've been wanting to explore, and let the layers of control release their grip. Your ship will gather speed the more you let go. The energy of water, which a ship sails through, is in constant motion. Become more like the water and let things flow. If you're feeling stuck in an area of your life, moving your body will release your stuck energy and help you set sail. So this is interesting. For me, I was having trouble releasing control and actually doing one of these videos, doing a reading, because I'm newer at it and I wanted to be perfect and I wanted to know exactly what I was saying and not to make any mistakes and to sound really professional and really knowledgeable. So this is a good reminder for me to release my grip on that control and do it anyways and see what comes out of it, because maybe you guys will like it and maybe, you know, you'll resonate with me and you'll resonate with my message, even though I'm not perfect, because guess what, nobody is perfect. And I've wanted to do a tarot channel for a really long time, and I watch a lot of tarot artists that I really admire, and one of the things, one of my favorite tarot artists, Divine Tarot 333, I think her name's Kelly. Anyway, she was saying, you know, that when she started, she wasn't perfect and she just did it anyways, and she's a really big star now on YouTube. And one of the things that people resonate most with was her authenticity. So this is me trying to be authentic and put myself out there to release my sails and see what happens. So that's a really cool card. It's nice that that came out. The next card we have is Message from the Third Eye, card number 10. So we have lots of reds in this card. It looks like an eye. Obviously it's supposed to, but it almost looks like the center is kind of glowing. That's number 10. Trust the whisper. That's funny. I was actually watching a tarot reading the other day from Kelly. Well, it wasn't a tarot reading, actually. It was a discussion of intuition versus fear and ego. And one of the things she was saying was that your intuition whispers. It doesn't push, it doesn't shove, it whispers to you. And so trust the whisper. To me, that's linked to our intuition. And I just read ahead and it said your third eye is your intuitive center. There you go. A space that connects you to the mystical. The message from your third eye is for you and you alone. When your intuition whispers, it's like an internal, supportive friend who is guiding you along the journey of your life. This card is a nudge to listen and trust the whispers. What is it saying? It can feel easier to ignore the whisper, as it's not always what we want or expect to hear, but don't. Trust it. And I don't know about you, but I can be very intuitive at times, and when I meet new people, I get sort of an instant knowing about them, like whether they're good for me or not. I actually had someone in my life who's no longer in my life for a myriad of reasons, but when I first met them for the first time, I got this little whisper being like, something's off here. Something's not quite right. And I ignored that because I was attracted to them and I liked their energy. And it turns out my initial intuition, my initial feeling about them was spot on. It was a very tumultuous relationship, and it ended very badly. And if I had only listened to my intuition the first time I met them, that first day, I might not have seen them again. And I don't regret the decision I made, because I ended up learning a lot of lessons and I've grown a lot. But yeah, my intuition was definitely correct, and I'm choosing to listen to it from now on. So there you go. You're a special soul, and the sooner you act on this inner whisper, the sooner your full purpose will be revealed to you. If you've been struggling to find purpose lately, which I definitely have, unfortunately, and I'm sure, everybody's feeling that way to a certain extent. It's an interesting world out there right now. The answer is not going to come from outside of you. It will rise from you knowing yourself and the desires of your body. Your purpose is already written. Stop searching outwardly and look inward through the lens of your third eye. How to hear the message. To open your third eye, close your eyes and repeat this 5-part breath. Exhale deeply. Take a sip of air into your belly. Take a sip of air into your chest. Take a sip of air into your third eye, between the eyebrows and deep in the mind. Hold your breath for 5 seconds and squeeze your energy upward into the third eye. Release. Repeat 5 times. So I've actually done this before, and it's amazing, how you'll feel your energy move up and up. And it can be very, very relaxing. It might not work the first few times you do it, or you might not get anything amazing. Like, don't forget, your intuition whispers. It's not going to feel like a huge aha moment. It's going to be a small inner knowing. But the more you do this, the more you'll connect with your third eye. That's something I'm going to actually start practicing today. I'm going to do that breathing exercise today at some point and see what comes of it. I'll keep you posted. Ask yourself the question, what is my message? So that's a great way to connect with yourself. Try it and let me know if anything comes of it. I'd love to hear from you. And the last one we have is card number 5, ground from the root. Lots of reds there. The root chakra, the grounding. I love crystals, and so red jasper might be a great crystal for you to try out right now. That's a very grounded root chakra energy crystal. Let's see what card number 5 has for us. Escape from your overthinking mind and ground yourself in your body. Right down to your roots. You are spending too much time in your thoughts, which are holding you in your past or predicting an uncertain future. When you are grounded, you are fully present in your body. This is a deep wisdom that can be found. There is a deep wisdom that can be found here. And remember the previous card, your intuition, how to connect with it. So that breathing exercise might be a great grounding exercise for you. The insights from your own life experiences plus the wisdom of your ancestors who have walked before you. That's the deep wisdom it was talking about. It's time to get rooted in nature and connect fully to your body to rediscover the strength that lies deep within you. How to ground. Find a comfortable seat out in nature if possible and close your eyes. Notice the ground supporting you. Begin to deepen your breath, inhaling for 4 seconds and then exhaling for 4. Visualize roots growing down into the earth beneath you. Follow your awareness as it takes you deeper into the earth until you reach its very center. Repeat these words of affirmation. I'm grounded and rooted in the deep wisdom of my body. So those are 2 exercises that you might want to try this week to connect with your body and your intuition. I'll write them. I'll see if I can write them in the description box for you so that you can find them and practice them if you so choose. So I love these cards. They're always very enlightening, and I always learn a lot from them. So I hope you got something out of it. We have a lot of reds here, so definitely grounding, root chakra. We have some purples, which is the crown chakra. So connecting with spirit and the universe. And we do have some blues in that let your ship set sail card. So maybe you need to work on your throat chakra and connecting with your inner voice, which also is part of connecting with your intuition and your body as well. So just take that as it resonates. Okay, so we're gonna move on to tarot now. I've pre-shuffled a deck. The way I shuffle is a bit different. Sorry, I'm just keeping an eye on the time. Oh, you know what? I have to go. I have a medical appointment, so I'm gonna pause this video and I'm gonna come back to it. Okay? Hi there, so thanks for bearing with me. I had to go to an appointment and I lost track of time doing the reading, so I'm happy to be back now. So when I left, we were talking about the cards that we had so far. And while I was on the way to the appointment, I had a bit of a download. So maybe you're someone who also has intuitive gifts or intuitive abilities, and you've been waiting to release them into the world, or to use them, or to let people know about them, because you want to make sure that you have a sense of ownership and perfection, or you have a sense of control over them, or something like that. That's kind of what I was feeling and hearing. Just like I mentioned, I wanted to do these readings and I was always too afraid that I wouldn't be good enough or I wouldn't know enough yet, and so I didn't really start and I didn't put up videos. And I was talking about how I wanted to change that and just go ahead and do it anyways, from an authentic space. So maybe you're feeling like that, and I think this reading is telling you that release that control, that need for perfection, because you do have intuitive knowledge and intuitive gifts, with that message from the third eye there. You just have to tap into it and make sure you're grounded. And as long as you focus on getting as much information as you can and doing the best you can, you'll experience that abundance, and there is something better out there for you that you're missing out on by holding on to that control. So that was kind of a download I was getting while I was out. And yeah, so hopefully that makes sense, and hopefully you resonate with that. We're gonna move on to tarot now. I was saying before I left, I shuffle a little bit differently. I have a disability called cerebral palsy, and so my shuffling it doesn't work. My hands are clumsy and they don't always hold the positions I want them to. So I shuffle by splitting the deck into 5 piles and sort of doling out cards into each pile until the deck is shuffled through, kind of like you would if you were dealing cards to 5 players. You just, shuffle the deck into those 5 piles, stack them, and then do it again. And by doing that, it's actually a really good way of shuffling the cards. And then I tap on the tarot deck, which I'm gonna do now. Tapped it 3 times, and I just see what cards are calling to me. Sometimes there's a split in the deck. Sometimes there's certain cards that I feel drawn to, and I just pull the ones I feel drawn to out. So there's 3 I'm feeling drawn to here. So the first card we have is Justice. The second card is the 3 of Wands. Don't worry, I'll show them to you in a second. And the third card is the Magician in the reverse. So, Magician in the reverse, the 3 of Wands, and the Justice card. So, I'm gonna take these in the order that I saw them and lay them out in front of me here. So, we have Justice, 3 of Wands, upright, and the Magician in the reverse. So, those are the first 3 that I get. I'm gonna get about 6 cards here, and if we need further clarification, we will get them. So the next card, the 4th card, is 3 of Swords. Under Justice, we then have, seeing this one, we have the 5 of Swords under the 3 of Wands, and actually there's one on the bottom. It's actually the second one from the bottom that wants to come out for me. The 8 of Cups under the Magician. So I'll just show you those. So 3 of Swords under Justice, the 5 of Swords under the 3 of Wands, and the 8 of Cups under the Magician. And the Magician came out in reverse. It's funny, I put it upright on my spread here, so we'll just put it back in reverse, but I want to take both meanings. So Justice, Justice has the scales here. The woman's holding the scales and they're balanced. She also has a sword in her other hand. She's standing quite tall. So the fact that the 3 of Wands, the 3 of Swords, is underneath suggests that you've experienced wrongs. You've been betrayed. Someone's hurt you in some way. The swords, the 3 of Swords, the swords are sticking out of this person's chest, and there's raindrops falling down. So lots of heartache, heartbreak. Maybe someone literally, well, not literally, hopefully no one literally stabbed you in the heart, but maybe it felt like someone stabbed you in the heart. So the Justice card, as well as the card we saw on the bottom of the Angel Answers deck, the Peaceful Resolution, the Justice card would suggest that maybe this week you're going to get some sort of justice. Maybe you're going to get an apology. Maybe this person or this situation is going to get some sort of retribution or karma. But whatever heartbreak you endured, there will be some sort of resolution, and you're going to feel, hopefully you're going to feel lighter. The person in the justice card is wearing a white off-white outfit. I'm getting the intuitive download that this is symbolizing hope, harmony, surrender. So hopefully you're gonna feel some sort of resolution. The Three of Wands. This Three of Wands, I love this deck. I'm just getting my cheat sheet here because, as I said, I'm not perfect yet. I am still learning, and that is okay, and I appreciate your patience. So we have the Justice card. Yeah, fairness, equality, and balance. So maybe someone treated you unfairly, and they're going to come in and apologize, or they're going to come in and take accountability. Or if there's no one coming in, that's okay. Maybe you're just going to feel more balanced in your emotions toward this. Maybe you're going to start feeling in harmony with yourself, and more at peace with the situation, even without an apology. And I think that's really important because we have to look outside ourselves for resolutions or things that make us feel good. It's definitely something I struggle with. And in this case, maybe if you don't get that apology, or you don't get that that fairness, that equality that you've been looking for from someone else, maybe you can just find peace with it inside yourself. So that's another way you could interpret this. So the Three of Wands, this Three of Wands is really beautiful. So I'll show it to you again so you can see. So it's this lovely person, and they're standing in a field of flowers. They've got the sun on them. They're looking at this beautiful scenery. They look really peaceful, and they look like they're living their best life, honestly. And it's sitting on top of the abundance card. So this card talks about reaping the benefits or rewards of your efforts, your hard work. So for some of you, this could mean travel. I mean, I'm just reading it as I see it. Like, this scene looks like, a tropical island. So for some of you, you could be traveling. But in general, it just means you're getting some sort of benefit or abundance from your hard work. Your efforts are paying off. And this could do with the Three of Swords and that betrayal we talked about, or that heartbreak. Maybe you've been working on yourself, like with the Justice card. Maybe you've been finding balance and harmony within yourself, like I said, and those efforts are paying off, and maybe you're finding your peace, finding your tranquility. Below the Three of Wands, we have the Five of Swords. So the Five of Swords, again, sorry, I'm just looking. Okay, so this card in general talks about mind games, hostility, one-upmanship, maybe even being closed off. And in the card here, we see this person. She is, I would say it's a female, so she, but remember, gender doesn't have any place in tarot, so take it how it resonates. But for the purposes of talking about this card, it is a female holding 3 swords, and there's 2 swords dropped on the ground, and there's 2 other individuals in the card, and they're have their backs turned toward the primary person holding the swords. They're looking out into the water. So it's just sitting under the 3 of Wands. So maybe there's been some hostility, some conflict around you, maybe to do with this heartbreak and injustice. Maybe someone was playing mind games with you, but and this could have been very challenging for you for a while. You could have been really absorbed in it, but I think that you're walking away from that, especially with the 3 of Wands. I think some of your effort has been to walk away from this, to really maybe turn your back on relationships and people and places and situations that are no longer serving you, that are causing you to overthink, to over analyze, and to stress. And those efforts of cutting those cords and walking away are definitely paying off. So we had the musician. I always do that. I don't know why, but maybe some of you are musicians, or maybe the people that you're dealing with that caused you heartbreak are musicians. That rings true for me, but anyways, I won't go into that anymore. But yeah, the Magician in reverse talks about, I know it talks about, it can symbolize no communication. It also is one of the only cards with the infinity symbol on it. So in reverse, it might suggest that you're not using everything at your disposal. You don't realize how powerful you are. And you're not using all your available resources. That's just, I'm reading it intuitively. And based on all the other cards, it's making me think that maybe you're not realizing how powerful you are, and how much work you've done on yourself, and how much you can make happen if you put your mind to it. Because the Magician is all about manifesting and bringing things into reality. So maybe right now you don't realize how much you can actually do for yourself, how much you've changed, and how much you can actually put into action. So again, that's just intuitively how I'm feeling. If we look at the legitimate definition on my cheat sheet here, it talks about scattered energy and wasting resources. So perhaps you're spending a lot of energy focused on this heartbreak, or these mind games that you had to deal with, or the hostility that you've experienced. Maybe you're spending a lot of time and energy and resources on that. But what Spirit's asking you to spend your energy on is harmony and balance, and really trusting that you will find what you need, that your efforts are paying off, that eventually you will get a fair outcome, that you will get a resolution. And really wants you to focus your energy on how far you've come and how well you're doing. And that's kind of that's why I think we end the reading with the Eight of Cups upright. So the Eight of Cups talks about so again, we have this idea of abandoning something to search for something better. And at the top, we have something better as one of the angel answer cards, remember? So if you look at this card, she has her back turned to the cups. She has her back turned and she's facing something, but she's facing something beautiful, right? You've got these flowers, you've got the water, the moon, it really just an abundant image that she's facing and she's moving towards. And so it's really asking you, universe is really saying, spend your resources, spend your time, spend your energy on looking forward, looking at what's to come, at something better, because there is something better to come. That's been a key message that's been reiterated. Wow, why was that so hard to say? Reiterated in this reading, that the betrayal, the heartache, the hostility, all of that's behind you, and there is something better coming. So don't focus your energy on the past, focus it on the future. I think that's really your message for this upcoming week. And if you do that, if you get all the information you need to build something better for your future, you will find what you're looking for. You will find something better. It might not be exactly what you thought it would be or what you wanted, but it will be something better, and it will bring you some type of abundance. So I think that message is really clear. I don't tend to do a lot of over-analyzing in my readings, because I think when the message is clear, it's clear. We've had several different themes coming up that are supporting each other, like something better is coming, getting more information, using your resources, your energy, your time wisely, and investing in things that will bring you abundance in your future. For some of you, I see like travel could be something that you're searching for. Better friends, for example, because we have the Five of Swords and there's people around her, and it looks like there was a lot of betrayal and hostility in friendships. So, I think better friendships, more stability, you're into more intuition, trusting yourself, trusting your internal guidance. Those are all things that are coming toward you for the better in the future, and Spirit's really asking you to focus on those things. So that's what I have for you today. Thank you for being patient with me, and I hope you resonated with these messages. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. I'm trying to grow my channel, so please leave me a comment as well if this spoke to you and if you liked this reading. I'm always looking for ways to improve, so if you have any suggestions, I'm open to that as well. And I hope you have a very badass day. Thanks. Bye, spiritual badasses.